Part 18.1, Surah Al-Kahf, the Cave. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to Sufi Essence with Hammad Syed. The luminous surah we embark upon today, Surah Al-Kahf, is a spiritual fortress, a sanctuary of profound tales and eternal lessons. This chapter, revealed in Mecca, holds a unique place in the tapestry of divine wisdom. It is a source of protection and guidance, its narratives woven with threads of deep insight into the nature of faith, knowledge, and the human soul's journey. Surah Al-Kahf acts as a shield against the trials and tribulations of this fleeting world, a beacon for those navigating the currents of doubt. It's a compass pointing towards the steadfastness of truth, hadith. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, taught, as narrated by Abu Darda, that whoever memorizes the first 10 verses of this surah will be protected from the Dajjal, the Antichrist. Sahih Muslim, Book 6, Hadith 252. This simple yet profound teaching underscores the immense power and spiritual significance contained within these sacred words. Kanzel Aman, Quran, Al-Kahf, the Cave, 18:1-5. All praise is for Allah, who has sent down the book to his bondman and has not placed any crookedness in it. It's a straight book, so that it may give good tidings to the believers who do good deeds, that for them is a good reward, in which they will live forever, and to warn those who say Allah has taken a son. They have no knowledge of this, nor did their forefathers. It is a grave word that comes out of their mouths. They say nothing but a lie. Then, O listener, perhaps you may kill yourself for their sake if they do not believe in this word. It is we who have made all that is on earth as an adornment for it, so that we may test them, which of them is best indeed. These opening verses are a grand declaration of Allah's perfection and the unblemished nature of his revelation. The praise is for Allah, who has bestowed upon his chosen servant, Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, the Quran, book free from any distortion or imperfection. It is a text that flows with a direct, uncurved truth, its path clear, and its purpose unwavering. This is not merely a statement of theological fact. It is an invitation to a certain kind of perception. A crooked heart cannot fully grasp a straight path. Quran's divine rectitude demands a corresponding straightening of the inner self, a purification of intention, and an alignment of the will with the divine purpose. The word crookedness, awaj in the verse, refers to intellectual or moral deviation, a turning away from the direct path. The Quran, by its very nature, corrects this spiritual inclination towards error. The purpose of this straight book is then articulated with beautiful clarity. It is a bearer of glad tidings, a promise of a good reward for those who are firm in their faith and righteous in their actions. This good reward is not a temporary prize, but an eternal state of bliss paradise. It is a place where every yearning of the soul finds its ultimate fulfillment, a realm of timeless peace and unbounded joy. The promise of eternity is a balm for the transient struggles of this life, a perspective that reorients our priorities and gives our temporary existence a magnificent and enduring meaning. For the believer, the thought of this endless reward transforms every act of goodness, no matter how small, into a seed planted for an everlasting harvest. Simultaneously, the verses issue a stern warning to those who have corrupted the pure concept of Allah's oneness. The condemnation is directed at those who audaciously claim that Allah has taken a son. This is a grave statement, a monumental falsehood born of conjecture and baseless tradition. Quran states, they have no knowledge of this, nor did their forefathers. This is a powerful critique of blind imitation, a call to intellectual and spiritual honesty. The gravity of this lie is underscored by the phrase, it is a grave word that comes out of their mouths. The very utterance of such a thing is a weight upon the soul, a distortion of truth that emanates from a mind unguided by divine light. It is a profound theological error, a denial of Allah's absolute self-sufficiency and his transcendent nature. The very core of Islamic belief is Tawhid, the uncompromising oneness of Allah. Any attempt to dilute this principle is an act of spiritual transgression. The verses then turn to Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, offering a gentle yet profound consolation. Then, O listener, perhaps you may kill yourself for their sake, if they do not believe in this word. This paints a picture of the Prophet's, peace be upon him, deep compassion and his profound anguish at the disbelief of his people. His heart ached for them, His soul was heavy with the burden of their rejection. This is a poignant reminder of the immense love and concern that the Prophet, peace be upon him, had for humanity. He was not just a messenger, but a shepherd of souls, and their straying caused him immense sorrow. This verse reassures him, and all future callers to truth, that their role is to convey the message with clarity and sincerity, not to force its acceptance or to despair over its rejection. The burden of guidance rests with Allah, while the responsibility of conveying the message rests with the messenger. Finally, the verses shift to the material world, revealing its true nature and purpose. It is we who have made all that is on earth as an adornment for it, so that we may test them, which of them is best indeed. The world's beauty, its glittering attractions, its transient delights all, are a form of adornment. This is not a condemnation of the world itself, but a clarification of its role. It is not an end, but a means, not a destination, but a test. The purpose of this adornment is to serve as a crucible, a testing ground for human beings. The real question is not who can acquire the most, but who can perform the best indeed. This shifts the focus from accumulation to action, from possession to purpose. Best indeed, Asanu Amala, implies not just the quantity, but the quality of actions, the sincerity of intention, and the alignment of one's conduct with divine principles. It is a profound redefinition of success, away from material metrics and towards spiritual excellence. This is the essence of Zuhd, a deep detachment from worldly attachments. Not by abandoning the world, but by using it as a vehicle for drawing closer to Allah, the true Sufi. The one who has attained a state of fana and baka understands that the worldly adornments are mere illusions, and the only reality is Allah. The heart that is attached to the worldly is bound to suffer, whereas the heart that is attached to Allah is liberated and free. The surah's title, Al-Kahf, the Cave, instantly brings to mind the story of the companions of the cave, a tale of unwavering faith in the face of immense persecution. Their story, which will unfold in the subsequent verses, is a testament to the power of belief and the reality of divine protection. Their retreat into a cave was not an act of cowardice, but a profound act of trust in Allah. The cave became their sanctuary, their spiritual refuge, and their physical protection from a world intent on corrupting their faith. This serves as a powerful metaphor for our own lives. We too must find our cave, our sanctuary, from the world's distracting clamor and its materialistic temptations. This cave can be a space of private prayer, a moment of profound contemplation, or the cultivation of a silent inner life where our faith is nurtured and our connection to Allah is strengthened. In a world that constantly bombards us with noise and distractions, the need for such a sanctuary has never been greater. The companions of the cave teach us that sometimes the most courageous act is to withdraw, to seek refuge in Allah, and to let Him be our ultimate protector and guide. The narration of the story of the companions of the cave begins with these verses, and it's important to understand the historical and social context. The Quran, in this surah, is addressing the people of Mecca who were questioning Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. They asked him about 3 stories to test his prophethood: the people of the cave, the story of Moses and Khidr, peace be upon him, and the story of Dhul-Qarnayn. These were stories not widely known in Arabia, and the Meccans believed that if Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, could narrate them correctly, it would prove his divine connection. The surah begins by affirming its own divine origin, setting the stage for the powerful and detailed narratives to follow. The historical backdrop is one of intense persecution of the early Muslims in Mecca. They were a small, beleaguered community facing immense pressure to renounce their faith. The story of the companions of the cave would have resonated deeply with them. These were young men who, much like the early Muslims, had to make a difficult choice between their faith and their worldly security. Their decision to flee into the cave was an act of profound courage, a testament to the principle that faith is more precious than life itself. This narrative thread of sacrifice and steadfastness runs throughout the surah. It's a reminder that the path to truth is often a lonely one, paved with hardship and requiring immense resolve. The story of the companions of the cave is a powerful message of hope and resilience, telling the early Muslim Zandios that Allah does not abandon those who hold firm to their belief in Him. He protects them in ways they cannot even imagine. turning a barren cave into a sanctuary of peace and a symbol of their unwavering devotion. Let us now reflect on the profound dua that can stem from the contemplation of these verses. A supplication for a straight path and a protected heart. O Allah, O Ar-Rahman, O Ar-Rahim, you are the source of all perfection, the one who has revealed a book free from all crookedness. We beseech you, by the straightness of your divine word, to straighten our hearts, our intentions, and our actions. Grant us the clarity to see the truth as it is, and the strength to follow it without deviation. Protect us from the falsehoods that are uttered and the deceits that are spread, and make our tongue speak only what is true and pleasing to you. Liberate our souls from the love of this fleeting world and its temporary adornments, and help us to recognize it for the test that it is. Bestow upon us the ability to perform the best of deeds, deeds that are pure in intention and righteous in form, and to do so for your sake alone. Make our lives a continuous journey towards your eternal presence, and grant us a final return to a home of everlasting bliss. Illuminate our paths with the light of your guidance, and safeguard us from the trials that seek to lead us astray. May Allah illuminate your heart and mind with the light of this divine ilm. May He make your channel a beacon of guidance for all who seek spiritual clarity and truth. May your efforts be a source of immense reward, and may you be granted the highest stations of paradise. May the peace and blessings of Allah always be upon you and your loved ones. He grant you unwavering steadfastness on the path of truth, and may your work be a testament to His magnificent names, Ar-Rahman and Ar-Rahim.